My name is Vivian Kai Lokko. You're still listening to Business Today. This afternoon, we're speaking to the area manager for Ethiopian Airlines, Genet W. Michael. In our first edition, we spoke about the operations of the airline here in Ghana. We're moving to the second part where we're looking at the aviation industry in general, the challenges, the success, what can be done, what cannot be done, and all that from the Ethiopian airline perspective with Genet. Straight to that conversation. And earlier, Janet, we're talking about profitability in the airline industry, looking at the Ethiopian airline example where government owns the airline, but you know, we have independent people running the airline, which has been a success for you. But we've seen in other countries where government owns the airline and government is still running the airline, making it difficult for the airline to see, you know, some amount of success. But the real challenge, I believe, is having government detach itself from the management of the airline. What would you advise for those who really want to detach, but are finding it difficult to do that, especially because it's a state-run airline?
Okay. Yeah. Normally, we have to give the decisions, major activities to be handled by the professionals. Our CEO was a staff or
staff of Ethiopian
Airlines for long period on different positions, on different activities, and that's why he managed to handle the airline for this long period with best performance, with the best profit. And when you see other airlines, the top management positions are just assigned from outside. They are not professionals which are grown within the airline. So I believe Ethiopian Airlines is a good example for other airlines to have the same performance. They have to.
Do you believe bringing in the professionals is the key to the success story?
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
now, you know, Ghana has tried this airline business, national airline business, for 2 times. The first one, it wasn't successful. The second one, we failed at it for that matter. All were due to financial as well as managerial challenges. Mm-hmm. Now, we have thrown in a bid now to get big airline companies partner us. We've seen quite a number of airlines showing interest. But tell us about Ethiopian Airlines. You are doing quite well. Any interest in partnering us for this national venture?
Yes, we have, our management have already communicated with the Ghana Aviation, Civil Aviation, and they are in contact, they are in communication. And Ethiopian Airlines is ready to partner any of the airline or any of the government to establish a national carrier.
Right. Well, what do you think Ethiopian Airlines will bring on board that other airlines that have shown interest in don't have?
Well qualified management, higher management group. We have a very good maintenance base. We have a very good training center to give all the required trainings, and maintenance base for any aircraft maintenance is a qualified maintenance base, and the management side also is you can consider as the best in Africa.
Okay, if you were given the opportunity to give 3 key advice to government this time around when they establish the airline, what advice would you give them in terms of ensuring that this time it doesn't fail and we make profits and it's successful?
Yeah, normally the government influence has to be limited.
Okay.
it has to be given to the professionals. And in some airlines, you see the bureaucratic conditions and the corruptions, which are the major things that influence and have a negative impact on the performance of airlines.
Corruption it's a big thing, you know, in dealing with for most companies and for that matter airline companies. But how have you been able to deal with yours? Because we've not seen any news of corruption issues around your airline.
Yeah, normally Ethiopian Airlines is, as I said, from the top to the lower level hierarchy, all have their own performance based assignments, and the responsibility is high for every team leader at every level.
Yeah.
So Ethiopian Airlines corruption is not
it's not in the books of Ethiopian Airlines. Yeah. Now let's come to Ghana proper in terms of the aviation industry. Now we want to be seen as or become the aviation hub for Africa. And so much so that you see quite a lot of airlines, over 35, I believe, airlines are operating in the country currently, international, even if you take away the sub-Saharan and regional hub, etc. But you are in this industry and you know what you want. What do you think are some of the things we as a country can do to become the hub proper of Africa in terms of aviation? I know Ethiopia wants to be the hub,
yeah.
So you won't be so happy about it. But what do you think we can do to also become a hub in Africa?
Okay, thank you. Actually, as a hub, I believe the country should have a national carrier and should have a maintenance base and a well-equipped and very good training center. But I don't think Ghana is currently capable of having these three main criteria. Lome is now it's a hub. I know Lome Togo is a hub for West Africa for some of for Ethiopian Airlines, for instance. Okay. It is our second hub.
Okay. Now, people say the aviation industry has become one of the tough industries in general in doing business. Now, tell us some of the challenges you face as an airline operating in Ghana.
Some of the challenges we are facing in Ghana are the handling costs. Okay. The handling costs we are paying at the airport is really high. There are only two handling companies.
Two handling companies?
Only two handling companies, and the cost of the handling charge for each airline is really huge. The airport tax also is high. The passenger airport tax we are paying is high. As you said, there are a lot of airlines, more than 30 airlines.
Competition is stiff.
The competition is really stiff.
So tell us the handling charges you currently have to pay. In the sub-region or in Africa, where would you place Ghana's handling charges in terms of ranking of the most expensive in the sub-region? And if you can give us some of the figures we're looking at.
By the way, we are paying the highest.
So it's the highest in Africa, the handling?
Especially in West Africa. Okay. We are paying the highest handling charge in Ghana. Wow. The operation cost in Ghana is really high.
Wow. And how has the paying such huge fees and having, at the end of the day, only two companies dealing with the handling costs affected the operation?
Yeah, we don't have any option. We have to use one of the two, and both handling companies are charging really a high rate on both passenger and cargo handling.
Right, but the airlines, you have an association in Ghana which pushes your, you know, if you have challenges. How has there been any deliberations around these charges, and what has been the outcome so far?
Yes, BAR has been dealing with concerned airport authorities, but since the option we have is only 2, we don't have any option, and we have to accept it. And
Right. Let's look at airport taxes. I believe recently the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority announced they were going to increase, bring on board some new tax, safety tax, I believe.
Yeah, safety
and
tax.
then $10 or $20 for.
Yes. Yeah. $10 and $20.
How are you taking that new tax coming on board?
Still, it's not in effect, and BAR association is dealing with them, and hopefully we will get a discount, or they will give us waiver, and it's under discussion.
Before I let you go, tell us your expectations in the next 5 years in terms of competition for your company here in Ghana.
We have to work hard. We have to get more passengers. We have to improve even more on our customer service. And we are planning even to bring the biggest aircraft, the 777. So things will be much better. We believe things will be much better.
Okay. We wish you all the best, Genet W. Michael. You are the area manager for Ghana for Ethiopian Airlines, and we wish you all the best in your journey and your stay here in Ghana. So we've been talking to Genet W. Michael, who is the area manager for Ethiopian Airlines. We've been looking at the operations here in Ghana and Africa, the expectations and some of the challenges in the aviation industry here in Ghana. My name is Vivian Kai Lokko. We'll leave the conversation here and come your way again next week with some other stories making the world of business. Do have a lovely one. Goodbye.